All right. Okay, I'm live. It's good to be here. I'm going to change the direction of the camera here. I'm decluttering and doing some cleaning here. Very quickly, I'm going to speak candidly about something that occurred in one of the local schools a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, this coming Monday. So a week ago, Monday, happened to me. It was some kids, actually, girls, got super aggressive, confrontational, and the boys were being bad too, and doing my best to put this whole thing behind me because I'm not going to go back into that environment again, meaning not teach in that district or substitute teach. I happen to be a substitute teacher who does not, yeah, I care about the kids. I'm educated, and I'm actually healing. And so for all intents purposes, that situation is not conducive to healing. So forgive me and thank you for the debrief here. I that's all. I am 5 things that are I want to put out there for those of you who struggle with being productive and are struggling with being not motivated. I wrote inertia, whatever. And so there's plenty. There's so many tips and tricks that are, and even commentators out there and neuroscientists and doctors that will talk about things. But as for wellness and for the purposes of this podcast, I'm going to give you 5. So the first thing that I'm going to suggest is that you wake yourself up and get yourself out of bed. I would urge and encourage you to have some sort of devotional time, prayer, or meditation. So as ridiculous as this may sound, but get yourself up and out of bed. Make your bed and make a point to relax and set some intentions for your day. The second thing that I am going to suggest is to make a list. Make a list of things that you want to get finished. And if you've had something difficult or you have a lot on your mind and you're really having a hard time keeping your mind off of those things because it's a distraction, make a list and do not put anything in regards to that thing on the list. So the third thing is interact with another human being. So if you are a student, even if you tend to be more of an introvert versus an extrovert, whether you're a K through 12 student, whether you're a college student, whether you are in your workplace, I'm just going to urge you to act or interact and say good morning, say hello, or talk to another human being. For me, I live alone, and I have neighbors who are, for all intents and purposes, probably closer to me than my family. And so sometimes I have early morning conversations with neighbors, or I will outreach to somebody I trust. So also in my case, that does involve um, clinical or coach like counselors. So, but anyway, interact with human beings. Say good morning, say hello. Don't just, don't just focus on you. Okay. So, if you're on your way to work and you're in a terrible mood and someone cuts you off and you have a tendency to road rage at people, make sure you mind your speech. So interact with other human beings, but be mindful about your word choice. So, coarse, terse, cursing, gross language. Anthony Robbins will speak about neurolinguistics. Those things are not healthy. And so, again, I'm trying to put this behind me, but the language and the word choice, and particularly the aggression that's coming out of the mouth of children in the schools, particularly this one high school, but apparently in many high schools where teachers just turn off their ears and say their only words. It's disturbing. So anyway, be mindful in your speech and challenge yourself to not use the same words or the same. Don't think about things the same way all the time. So being mindful, being flexible. Okay. And then finally, well, as for the purposes of this quick video, so like I have a list of things that, for all intents and purposes are maintenance sort of things that I really, just want to get done. And so I'm going to do my best to, I'm going to time this. And so I'm going to write down, it is almost noon. I plan to wrap up the stream by noon and get my shoes on and get out the door and see how long it takes me. And then I also will cross things off as I go along, because even though I don't have a job to go to today, in other words, I don't have a substitute teaching assignment, it is Good Friday. I can go to church this evening because there's going to be Good Friday services, and I don't have any social or any tasks. That's what, but anyway, I just want to get moving. And then finally, what else? Color. I put this on intentionally, like, don't opt for, if you can, neutrals, grays, blacks. Try to, and springtime is wonderful because we naturally see buds. There's a natural, I know some of you are entering winter in the fall time in the southern hemisphere, but and particularly on the other side of the globe. But yeah. So and then as far as what else, this may seem so commonsensical, but think about, am I hungry? Again, I already addressed if you're angry. Choose words that are constructive. Are you lonely? That's a big thing for me, because I'm selective about who I let into my space circle, and yet I'm limited as to the number of quality adults that I'm exposed to on a pretty regular basis. So a friend of mine told me to try Christian Cafe. I have some friends that I sometimes bother and reach out to. If you're one of them, please forgive me and be patient with me right now. I am upset because because of it's a hard time of year for me. And, my circumstances are unique, I suppose, in some ways, because I can't control anybody except for myself, and I have a hard time not getting down for Easter. And it has to do, if you know me, you know why. I'll just put it like that. March and April are still hard. And when big things happen or big things don't happen, like my kids won't get back to me and let me know if they're coming home or going to see me at Easter, that's a big thing for a mom, for a widow, it's a big thing. So if you haven't contacted your mom and or your family, have some consideration for your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, whoever. Don't take them for granted in the way that you don't respond to their phone calls, you dismiss them entirely. This baloney that you kids and young people and even adults, we have these things. You can respond and talk to your friends and people you want to all day long, but you're going to ignore people that are wanting to maybe make dinner for you, have Easter with you, spend time with you. That's really, really, and I beg your pardon, but I'm just going to say it, shitty. So I don't care if you're 45, 65, quit being a jerk to your parents, to your kids. Nobody likes a jerk. Yeah. So I'm not going to go on and on with the what else because my time is up. I am out. I have 2 minutes according to that clock. Whoops, that clock says that I'm over time. According to this clock, yeah, I'm 2 minutes over. So bye and be well. And just, if you have to, just keep moving and do constructive things and do not let your mind think about and don't let your tongue say anything that's destructive or negative. And that is hard sometimes, especially if you're down on your luck, so to speak. We have to remember to look for the good, look for the sunshine, look for the bright. So yeah. So there I go. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you good. And if you want some really good detailed information about wellness, come back and see me. There's a ton of stuff on the internet. One of my favorite people to listen to, watch, and learn from is a gentleman out of Stanford University. His name is it Anthony Huberman? I can't remember his first name. Dr. Huberman. He has a lab. He's all over the web, whatever. But I like most about him is that he refers to science and double-blind studies and research, and there is value in that. But personally, I started in psychology. Doesn't matter. I got the hell away from psychology because I really was much more interested in positive psychology. It wasn't even a thing. So in Princeton, and I'm not trying to name drop any universities, but leadership is to me way more beneficial to study than illness, unless you're going to go into a clinical role. So God bless you good. And again, do what you can to stay optimistic, be positive, and have a good day. Thanks for joining me. Whoops. Bye. Check me out at thorwellnessgroup.com. I obviously come back and see me on YouTube. Thanks. Bye.